There's just a few fighting games that like speak to you and the type of shit that you just like love about fighting games. And KOF 13 with its visuals, with the way it feels, with the everything sort of marrying itself with the backgrounds, and to me this is like fighting game soul food. And this one especially is like a warm bowl of pho, you know? Like, to me, like, pho is like, you don't eat it all the time. You're not gonna be like, oh god, I have to get pho, because you're limited in how much availability is, but when you get a good bowl of pho, oh my god, dude. It hits you in the soul, you know? If we were to compare fighting games to food, Mortal Kombat X is like eating at Five Guys. Absolutely. Mortal Kombat X is like Five Guys. It's trash, but it's good. Do I want to eat it all the time? I don't. But when I eat it, oh fuck, do I love it. It's so good. It's delicious. I'm like, good God, this is the best burger I've ever had. That's what I feel like when I have fun. This is the best burger I've ever had. It's expensive trash, but it's so good. And I want to eat it again, but not all the time. Not all the time. Smash Ultimate is a buffet. Oh god, that's so accurate. Holy shit. Smash Ultimate is like an all-you-can-eat buffet where they just have everything. They have the most exotic, weird shit. I didn't even know this country existed. And they're like, we have a little taste of that. Have a little taste of that. Is everything super good and delicious? Sorta. It's kinda, but the variety, that how much there is what brings it all together. Is it the fact that everything is the best thing you've ever had from everywhere? No, it's not. But when you have a little bit of everything, is Guilty Gear like a steakhouse? I don't think that's an apt comparison, no. Guilty Gear is not a steakhouse. Super Turbo or Third Strike is a steakhouse. You're getting a very pristine, focused thing. It's meant to appeal towards a limited amount of people, and it might not be for everyone, and it's classic. It is an old, refined taste that has been honed over the years, and it is meant to be delivered to a very specific taste of people, but appreciated. If there's a certain type of rareness, if there's a certain way the product, the meat is prepared, if it's any different, then it's not appreciated, and it's wrong, which is what like an overcooked steak would be. That's why the people that like Super Turbo and Third Strike, they like that thing. That's the way it's supposed to be. And if you do it otherwise, it's wrong. So what's Guilty Gear? You know what? I think Guilty Gear is Mexican food. Y'all are gonna say, King of Fighters should be Mexican food. You stupid bastards, okay? No, Guilty Gear is Mexican food. It is fucking delicious. You could eat it 3 days out of the week if you wanted. You can be refined in its taste and its craft. You absolutely could. It'll have an effect on your body, though. There's so much that goes on in Mexican food. There's so much that goes on in a game like Guilty Gear. It can be almost hard to comprehend how all this shit, this sloppy stuff is all coming together to create stuff. How do all these things that go into making Mexican food so good, it doesn't feel like it should make any sense, but it does. And it's the most delicious food. It's like, Mexican food is one of my favorite foods in the world. And I'm not a Guilty Gear expert, but I can tell you, not Chipotle, Jesus! Guilty Gear Strive might end up being Chipotle. Maybe. Dragon Ball FighterZ is Tex-Mex. It's Mexicali. That's what Dragon Ball FighterZ is. It's Mexicali. It's trying to be what it was originally, which is obviously Guilty Gear at heart, anime classics, but it's also trying to do a lot of other shit that really doesn't, you get it, it's still good. I like Tex-Mex. I enjoyed Dragon Ball FighterZ. I enjoyed my time with that game. But after a while, it's like, you learn to appreciate like original home-cooked Mexican food. Like that becomes really important to understand its roots and where it came from. Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is like Korean barbecue. I know Koreans are amazing at Tekken 7, but I didn't mean it that way. Think with me here. It's refined. It appeals towards a certain audience. Not every single person is gonna like Korean barbecue, much less the Korean flavors that come with Korean barbecue. I just don't mean the meat. Like, the meat of Korean barbecue is one part of it. To me, Korean barbecue is about all the different sides it comes with. It's about all the stuff that comes from the kitchen in Korean barbecue is what makes Korean barbecue so good. The amount of fermented foods, it's been sitting in its own juices forever, and it's delicious. The kimchi that comes with it, all the different types of like pickled stuff that they give you, the fact that you have all this stuff with the meat of the game. And the meat of the game takes some work. Like, let's be honest with each other. The meat of Tekken is the most basic thing. Movement. Movement is the meat of Tekken. You're not just gonna jump right in and just chow down. Someone didn't prepare that for you. You didn't get prepared your Korean barbecue. You need to prepare the meat yourself. All the sides that it comes with is all the wonderful shit that Tekken gives you at the end. It's all the delicious different flavors because the game supports all these varieties of playstyles. But the most basic thing of the dish is meat, and you have to work your ass off for it. You gotta work your ass off to perform the basic thing in the game, which is footsies, which is the meat of the game. Tekken 7 is absolutely Korean barbecue, without a doubt. Dead or Alive is the Hooters. Hooters obviously has pretty decent food. Their wings aren't bad. I've been to a Hooters. I've been to a Hooter or two in my time. There's obviously a fighting game in there. There's obviously a lot of depth to that fighting game in there. People had to go in to make these recipes, to make this food. It's decent. It's good. But that's not what's selling you on it. You know? That's not what they did to get you there. What they did to get you in the door was clearly not the food. You would stay for the food and the company, right? You want to stay for your waifu. I'm now attached to this waifu. I gotta stay. Is she working tonight? We gotta go. She's the best one. There's a chance you didn't walk into that door because, oh, this is a new delight and I just can't wait. You stayed because the food was pretty good, but the waifus are also welcoming. Marvel vs. Capcom is eating like a crazy flavor of Ben & Jerry's. Like, we're gonna give you chocolate. We're also gonna stick in nuts and coffee and vanilla and sprinkles and whatever the fuck it is. Marvel vs. Capcom is absolutely just, we're going to appeal to the most primordial aspect of your tiny human brain, sugar. And we're going to amplify the shit out of that at every opportunity. Which is why Marvel vs. Capcom appealed so much to me as a kid, you know? Like, Marvel was so much the thing that is there to just amplify every little vulnerable part of your human brain and just tickle any single thing it can get. Just get it. Just grab it and just get it. And make sure that you want to come back for more. Make sure that there's enough weird flavors and stuff that even though it's not good for you, even though Marvel is not going to build a loving relationship inside your head, in your stomach, but you're gonna go back to it. You might need a little bit of taste of it every single night. It's like pure, unadulterated sugar. I would be close to comparing Marvel to an addictive drug. However, I already am, because sugar's the most addictive drug on the planet. Marvel is the crack sugar of fighting games. That is the most appropriate meal. I could definitely. Oh God, definitely. What about Jump Force? What's those little corn candies? You know those little 3-colored corn candies? I can't think of the name of it, but Jump Force is like a 3-colored corn candy. And just a handful. Here's a handful of candy corn. And you have to eat it all in one bite. Is it terrible? I mean, I don't mind candy corn. Do I want to eat a lot of it? No, but you're asking someone to just right down the hatch. Jump Force is the candy corn of meals. Do I even need to answer Samurai Showdown? It should be painfully obvious what Samurai Showdown is. Samurai Showdown is sushi. Samurai Showdown is focused. It is limited. There's not many ingredients that go into it. It's refined. It's a craft that is its own thing. Nothing else is really like it. They try to get other games that try to be it in some way, but the original high damaging sort of like fighting game experience that Sam Show is, there's nothing else like it. Just like how sushi, finely prepared fish, there's not many ingredients going on. There's not a ton to work with either, but it's about the smallest thing in sushi can fuck it all up. That fish has been out for a little bit too long or not long enough. The rice is prepared. The rice is sweeter than it should. If any little thing is off, Samurai Showdown is just not. It's just, suddenly it's a different thing. Suddenly it's Bushido Blade. Suddenly you got Bushido Blade. It's Samurai Showdown, right? But is Sam Show Bushido Blade? No, they're not. Samurai Showdown is like, it's crafted by experts. It's been crafted into what it is by the best of the best, just like the way that sushi is. You get sushi prepared by someone who knows what they're doing with sushi. They have a limited tool set available. They have limited things at their disposal. They just have fish and rice, for crap's sake, and they have the process of putting that together, just like how Samurai Showdown is. Absolutely is like sushi. What is the McDonald's of fighting games? I think Street Fighter V is the McDonald's of fighting games. You can get into it. It's good. It tastes like good food. So this isn't just me, and I don't feel like I'm like directly just saying Street Fighter V is shit food. I enjoy eating at McDonald's every once in a while. McDonald's will get something on their menu that I like. And I'm like, wow, this is like, I like the fish sandwich at McDonald's. I think that's good. But considering Street Fighter V's place and where it is, I think McDonald's food, if you eat too much of it, you're gonna learn to like soil yourself. You're gonna learn to like not like this stuff. You're gonna learn like reasons to maybe dislike it. But aspects of it are really good. Like some things in it are good. And I'm actually trying not to talk a ton of shit on Street Fighter V because I do feel this. And there are parts of Street Fighter V I really enjoy. There are parts of that game that I think look better than any Capcom fighting game. However, there's other parts in Street Fighter V. There's other parts of the McDonald's menu. It doesn't look good. It doesn't taste good. It makes you feel bad. But I think in small doses, if you come back to Street Fighter V every once in a while, there's something cool on the menu of McDonald's. There's a brand new character that's shown up for SF5 and it works. I think that works out. I can think of food that's actually worse than McDonald's, to be honest. In the grand scheme of things. Like, we haven't even talked about Whataburger yet. I ate Whataburger once. I know some of y'all are diehard into that shit. I put Whataburger almost like a category below fucking McDonald's, man. Like, I don't even know what to call Whataburger. I don't even know. That's the greasiest, nastiest shit I've ever had. Like, I was like, what the hell? What am I eating, dude? I don't know. I know a lot of people like Whataburger, and this is gonna be a controversial opinion. Whataburger is the fight of gods. Yes. Whataburger is like eating some fight of gods. It's terrible. It's not good. It's like Jack in the Box and Whataburger, like things like that. Like, they don't change. There's not new stuff. Everything kind of makes you feel like shit. At least when I eat McDonald's, like, I don't feel like shit because McDonald's just seeps into your core and eventually just destroys your insides, right? They get down there and they just start just crushing things on the inside. But it takes time. You have to put a lot of McDonald's in your body for it to really start fucking you up. When I just ate Whataburger, when I eat Jack in the Box just out of nowhere, oh God, like, it was delicious. It was really good when I was eating it, but I feel like trash. I feel so bad. I went to a Whataburger in some place called San Antonio, and it was rough, man. I think like Sailor Moon is like a Jack in the Box. This game is trash, but it's good. It's real good. Like those fighting games that you know are dank and bad, and you want to go there and try them, but if you put too much into your body, you're obviously becoming like, oh, I just like this super degenerate, nasty. Oh God, everything in this game is disgusting. Why is everything so bad? Oh yeah, give it to me, you know? What is Skullgirls? Skullgirls would be a dessert, right? A dessert similar to Marvel vs. Capcom, a super sugary dessert, but instead of a huge like bucket of ice cream that you just slob down into your mouth like Marvel vs. Capcom. Instead, Skullgirls is a small pastry dessert, small one, but it's prepared and designed. It's designed in so many ways to look its best. It wants to look and be as appealing as possible, but it's not this big nasty bowl. I'm more talking about like a dessert that looks expensive. It looks like a European portion that looks expensive. Not like a tiramisu or something like that, right? It's sugary, it's bad for you, you don't get a lot of it. There's not a huge roster in Skullgirls, but it looks so good. It looks amazing. Does ice cream look amazing? No, it's a bunch of congealed milk and shit frozen, and they just threw stuff in it. It's fucking nasty. It's Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for crap's sake. We just got all this shit, we're gonna make ice cream out of it? Fuck it. Ice cream, milk, caramel, Gambit, Venom, Roll. I don't give a fuck. Is it gonna be good? Maybe. I don't know. People gonna like it. Someone will. There's enough shit and we have so many versions. We're good. But Skullgirls doesn't have a billion different things put into it. It's got like, right? Like a honed slice. You get this slice and it's delicious. That's what Skullgirls is. Soul Calibur's a donut? No, I think Soul Calibur's like Chinese food. Like similar to Korean food. Chinese food is easy to fuck up. You can have 3D fighting games that just don't feel good. You can have 3D weapon-based fighters, and there's not a ton of things that are like 3D weapon-based fighters. There's a ton of Chinese knockoffs, and I've had the luxury of growing up around a Chinese family and growing up with people that make amazing Chinese food. And when you get the food to be what it is, it's good. Is it super good for you? Is it going to be like the greatest food potentially in the world? To some people, it will be. But to me personally, I think like Chinese food is like a very, very specific craft that has a very, very specific flavor that's kind of hard to copy. And if you try to copy that, then you sometimes get some weird shit. You get some weird Battle Arena Toshindens. Battle Arena Toshinden is the Panda Express you know? I was gonna say Virtua Fighter's like breakfast food. Maybe that is a good comparison. I think Virtua Fighter might be like breakfast food. It's got all these fundamental things that are meant to drive you through your day, you know? It's got eggs and then potatoes, and then you got different toppings like syrup, you got degenerate stuff like pancakes that can go into the game. I wouldn't say it's like IHOP, but it's like a breakfast meal. Eggs, toast, jam, pancakes, you know, bacon. It's got all these things that are meant to make like a hearty meal. This is going to provide you with sustenance through your day. It's not just the ingredients of a breakfast, it's what breakfast represents. Breakfast represents the beginning. This is the start. This is going to do things to you that is going to get you forward, you know? Some stuff might be kind of not great. You're obviously like pancakes are the down one of Virtua Fighter, but that's essential. You need your sugary snap you up to get you going through the day sometimes. Some people need that shit, but you got a down one every once in a while. Sometimes you need a D1 to just interrupt people, to keep people in check, because not always are you going to be able to get by on your eggs and your toast and your bacon. You need to throw something else in there. But things are hearty and healthy enough. You have crazy combos. You have like off the wall setups. You have so much different stuff that you have to think about. Like breakfast can be so easily fucked up, but it can be so good, even at like an entry level. Virtua Fighter's got a very good entry level, but you hone your tastes, and then the way you prepare your eggs, the way you prepare bacon, the way you do all these things makes a big difference. And that's when Virtua Fighter kicks in, because you start understanding all the little different nuances of just the smallest stuff. This game has 3 fucking buttons. It's only got 3 buttons. How is it one of the most complex things you can possibly have? How is there so many ways to prepare this small thing? Just like Virtua Fighter. KI is like Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving dinner is about variety. It's about having a ton of different things that all taste really good, but there's so much of it. There's so many things at Thanksgiving dinner that it becomes a problem. It almost becomes too much. This is why Thanksgiving dinner sometimes, some people will go in for generous helpings of Thanksgiving dinner multiple times throughout the year, and some people will be able to handle that, right? Some people will be able to go into Thanksgiving dinner and just keep eating. But other people that's gonna be tough. Like you just want maybe one of this thing and one of that thing. Killer Instinct has so many different things that go into making it that it can be almost difficult to wrap your head around. It can be almost difficult to stuff down your mouth, because you got to learn combo breakers for every character. You got to learn what visuals of doubles look like. Every character has a unique play style. Every character does all these different things. It's almost too much to handle. Just like how at Thanksgiving dinner, everyone brought something different. It all marries itself, and it feels like it belongs in the same dish or the same table in the same game. But holy shit, man, just wrapping your head around all this stuff is too much. And that's the same thing with KI. How the best players of KI are the ones that are able to swallow everything. They're the ones that are able to wrap their mouth around everything that KI has to offer, which is what makes the game special. Is it great for you? No, Thanksgiving dinner obviously isn't made of the greatest things in the world, the most pure ingredients in the world. It's made of stuff that's obviously delicious, but it's gonna put some pounds on you. Killer Instinct's the same way. You're gonna put some pounds on you. You're gonna learn some shit by playing this game, but it's gonna be about KI, you know? It's gonna be focused around KI because there's so much. I don't know, I think comparing a lot of fighting games to food is an interesting comparison. I don't know how the hell we got into this. I'm getting really hungry. Anyway, chat, I don't think you need to encourage this behavior anymore. I think we should save this conversation for another time. I think there's another moment that we'll have to continue the fighting game spices of life. This was good. We learned a lot about each other. Some of you won't agree. Some of you will heavily disagree on what I have to say. But I think what's important is that we learned a lot about each other today. Everybody's hungry, and everybody likes fighting games.